time to query the issue of whether we really do get the leadership we deserve. Every time Nigeria moves towards an election, candidates emerge that throw up doubts about their suitability. For how much longer will this continue? To date, Sanwo-Olu has not properly and through legal redress proved that allegations of money doubling, drug use, and mental instability were false or malicious. Buruji Kashamu has not dealt satisfactorily with whatever it was or is that he has with the US authorities. James Ibori famously had his problems in the UK, then again allegedly in Abuja after that, over building material. He did eventually serve time in the UK. Our president of 2 terms supposedly has no school certificate and cannot reconcile his school history with anyone else that might have been a part of his childhood journey. Dear, dear me. Then Femi Gbajabiamila, who has just become Speaker of our lower parliament, has been debarred in the US. They say his was not too bad though. He only spent clients' money and could not produce it at the time he was asked to. They say he paid back and it's okay now to be Nigeria's number 4 government official. Okay, if by now you are not worried about the kinds of characters we might be putting in charge here, then I worry about you. Politics in this country has been hijacked by people who display a penchant for mischief, subversion of good, and disdain for decent work. So we need more good people out there. It's a tall order, I know, but it's the one way. We also need advocates. But some of the change will come from changing times and technology, where many things will become redundant and obsolete as technological progress continues. Soon there'll be no more oil bunkers as oil becomes obsolete. Sorry, by that I mean illegal oil bunkering. And there might just be some more serious other avenues to make a decent living. Hopefully, politics will be forcibly shaken up by changing times. Some things never change though. Michael Gove actually did cocaine. Really? He seems like such a square. And now he's running for the UK Prime Minister. Well, Nigeria, you'll never walk alone.
Yeah, so did Boris Johnson.
I mean, I have to come in here because I kind of think you expect that our public officers need to be saints in order to hold public office, which is ridiculous. I mean, no, absolutely. I mean, I know my life,
yes,
and I know what I have done in my life. And you're going to tell me that now that, you know, I've got my act together and everything, I'm still like disqualified. So don't you realize that it's my experience in these things that actually gives me the right to hold these offices, because I'm able to, you know, navigate my way through all these, like, you know, situations that saints may not even have experienced. Yes. So why are you being so down on Kashamu? They said all these things, but they haven't proven anything. As much as I want everybody to go to jail, you know,
I'll tell you why.
But they have to prove it.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I think it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem because it's not about being bad before and good today. It's about the fact that why is it that just about everybody was bad? Almost everybody. That's number one. There's too much of a large proportion of bad people.
Because you don't hear the good people. You don't hear of the good people. Often, that's Nigeria. You don't hear of the good people. No,
but I think good people, the so-called good people,
they've also
done bad things. You know.
Well, okay, let's not take it down that lane.
I would like to come in,
that you're going, because it will be true that there's no one who hasn't sinned, but the sins are different. So I don't want to go into that. But I'm just keeping to the fact that why do we have why do we have a preponderance of these people, and then why is it that when we bring it out, the manner in which they fight it off is so rude and disrespectful to us, as if, you know, we don't know that it is actually a potential danger that you were like that.
So let me come in on in your script. First and foremost, you're talking about accusations, right? Anybody, people, when they're fighting against the other, always throw mud at the next person. Number one. Number two, Sanwo-Olu does not have to. Kashamu does not have to. In fact, you can, if somebody throws mud at you, right? In PR,
if it is mud,
well, that's what I'm saying. In PR, you can actually end up giving it credence by responding, or you can just ignore literally, because Ambode accused Sanwo-Olu of having mental illness. That in any other part of the world is defamation of character. But allow me to finish. But somebody chose to ignore it, so we can't.
Ignore it?
Yeah, but you can. How many people say that to a thief man? fact, do I want to take them to court?
Be mentally unstable?
You can ignore it.
You can only do it in Nigeria.
Can I just say something?
No,
and also having a mental illness.
I won't come to that, but I think I see.
Having mental illness actually does not necessarily disqualify him, because you don't know whether he's under medication. So I think
you're just not getting
no. Allow me. I'm just saying. And number 2 is, like you said, Kashamu. It's an accusation. Number 3, Femi Gbajabiamila. Wait, allow me now. Shebi, you're the one that wrote their names there. Femi Gbajabiamila. He was debarred. And it was debarred for a period that is now gone. He's no longer debarred. So can we stick? What I'm saying to you is, and I like what Uche said, is like, look, there by the grace of God, we all trek, and we all trekked in many paths when we were growing up, right? Now, should I choose now to want to run for, I don't know, governor of Lagos State, governor of Lagos State or whatever, you know, and somebody comes along and say, well, I had a one-night stand with the Riti. Yes, and? Do you really think I'm... No, do you really think I'm going to give you credence by responding to you?
Let me come in. Maybe I can trivialize it, and then hopefully I'll have something to say. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking it through. Essentially, yes, there must be some relevance as to good character when you're trying to select people. But it's whether those aspects really matter or really counts when weighed in the balance. So Michael Gove, I think, for example, just to take it, his own seemed to be an issue because he was said to be a hypocrite. He apparently used to take people to task over things they said. Yeah, but also because of his attitude to others when they seemingly he didn't let them off. He made such an issue. So now he was on the hot seat, and people said, "No, you face the you face the music." So some things matter. You know, Gbajabiamila's own. I'm not, like she said, if he was debarred and he's being allowed now, well, kudos to him. But it turns out that now, you know, when you look at it, he seems to be the only one when we're looking at characters who had some qualification to offer. I'm not sure what his deputy had to offer. You know, when they spoke in terms of experience, even the guy Wase who was running with him, he didn't sound like he had a plan. Whereas when you heard Gbajabiamila speak, he sounded like, so in the end, you're sort of thinking, who really has a plan? And then just to come on really quickly, why I think our system continues to churn out these thugs, unfortunately, is because
I'm glad you said it.
They've made it like that, so that what do you call it, survival of the fittest within that camp. So we have to strategize the same way we saw them strategize for the 9th Assembly. Our numbers, we have more than them, so we have to strategize and get the right people to the fore.
I think that I'm just going to borrow synthesis of everybody's comment. I think for one, we don't need saints.
Yes, we don't.
In offices, you can't have saints. Saints make the worst. You know, as they say, you know, good intentions is the beginning of all evil.
That's right.
No, absolutely. You know, especially in politics and in governance, when you say, I have a good intention to do this, it means you haven't really thought it through.
Right.
The other thing is really, accusations will be thrown at anyone. That's fundamental. That's politics.
That's politics.
But I think for me the challenge is that when you're running for public office and you're accused of something, the fact is, there's a certain relevancy, and the process of coming to sort of rebut it. What is the process for rebutting that
exactly.
That accusation. If it's serious enough and if it's relevant to the office that you're seeking, that you take time out to address it, because you are interested in leading the people, and I think that the people deserve some kind of information, some kind of acknowledgement.
I think someone who did make
I mean, he made in his own instance. I think he doesn't. For me, he doesn't look like a mental house. So I mean that doesn't even count.
To make my own comment on that.
But I think it's just the process in which public office holders or people interested in public office address the issue. You know, I think that largely we all work within a political environment. It is what, at the end of the day, politics will always trump justice. That's a fact of life. So what the political elite, what the people decide that this is what they want and how they want it will trump whatever legalistic thing you come up with. And that's how I say it.
And it's easy to find out about the president's school certificate or not if they really want to.
Okay, well, I know that the president has not shown us any certificate. I also know that, you know, these things it's just the way it is, really. Your past is always there, and it will all be subjective. So, well, since politics is a game of numbers, let's ensure the numbers add up, right? Emeka does another form of stock taking after the break.